Hello and welcome to Crafting with Jane. Today we're looking at Friendly Hello. It was a celebration stamp set a few years ago, and it's the floral image and little pieces that we're looking at. Now, you can use any floral image that you've got. What I've done with this one is, now you could mask it and have it as a one layer, but I've just literally stamped them out and just fussy cut them out. It's an easy image, so it doesn't take very long. I quite like fussy cutting. I know that not all of you do. We're now taking these little sort of swirly pieces and we're just going to add a very simple background in on there. Right, here's one, lost its little space. And here's the other one. Oh, and we've got a little bit of splatter as well, so we might use some of that in there. Okay, so little stamps can be very, very useful because they're great for fill-ins. So this one, and these little splatters will actually make the background of the card beautiful. So I need to use a I'm going to use a black. I'm just going to get my preparation. So colour wise, I'm just going to use a little block, and then I'm going to use some greens. So I'm just going to pick a couple of greens that I've got up out on here, which is certain celery and old olive. So certain celery is the pale one. So let me just get this large sort of swirly one, and I'm literally just going to randomly place this all over the place in on here, literally just quite randomly like that. I know pieces are going to go in the middle, but we can just sort of, where my finger is, like that. Okay, now I'm going to, while I've got it out, I'm going to take the old olive, which is the darker one, and I'm going to do the same thing. Now, I keep turning around and saying to you, it's a bit like wallpaper. Wallpaper patterns can be all sorts of different sort of colours. So I just want to, and I want all the stalks going upwards, so I am just sort of taking it randomly here, there and everywhere. I'm not pressing it quite as straight as I maybe should have done. Let's take some up in this direction like that, and you can see I'm doing it quite quickly because I don't want this video to go on forever. Now I'm going to take the little tiny one, which is exactly the same shape but a lot smaller. So on this one I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Let's get the paler one first, and I'm just going to fill in little gaps in between. So where I've got little gaps in on here, I can turn it round and do it in different directions. Like this, and it just gives you quite a pretty little background. So that's the paler, this is the darker, and again just rotate it as you go, filling in your little spaces. And just make a fun, easy background in just two colours. And as I say, if you don't want to make a very fancy card, you could just leave it like that and put a sentiment on it and it would look quite pretty. Am I going to do some of the splatters? I think I am actually. Now, do I want to bring a third colour in? Probably not. I think I'm going to do it in the darker, and I'm just going to you can see how I'm doing it quite randomly, and it doesn't matter if it's going over the top. All it's doing is just adding just a little bit of something on there. I might actually do a few of the paler ones because then that will bring it in. But can you see how it's building up a really pretty, very simple pattern for the background? And this is where you can do it on whatever scale you want. So you can do it large, you can do it small, and I'm just, as you can see, just completely, just randomly, just adding a few little splats in there, and I think that's perfect. So that's given me everything that I need on that with the two colours, and the two colours were certain celery and old olive. The very old one, but you could use any of the pales, and then a darker one like old olive, because it just brings out the two colours of there. I'm just going to put those on there because I'll clean them up afterwards. So now we have, and if you've noticed along the side, so let me take that's the base that we're going to have it on. If I just show you, instead of doing a mount, because again, postage, you want things fairly flat, I've just used Posca pens, which I'm always turning around and telling you about. I know that you've seen them before. Posca, P-O-S-C-A. They are lovely markers, and I've just done gold round first of all, and then a little bit of black at the edge, because that gives me a lovely little mat on there, and just picks it up and looks really good. Okay, so we're now going to work on these little flowers. So I want quite a few flowers just sort of dotted about in there. So very quickly for colouring flowers. Now you can see some of these I didn't stamp out particularly well, but it doesn't matter, because what we're doing is, and you can use as many as you want. I think I've probably got about 12 here, have I? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah. So I'm going to take a dark yellow to start off with. So these are, this I think is probably Dark Daffodil Delight. So I'm literally just taking that, and I'm going to do a circle in the middle. And it doesn't have to be precise at all, because we're going to take the other colours out from it. So just round in a circle like that. Okay, and say it's not overly precise because you don't have to be. Now we're going to take some pinks out. So I've got, oops, thrown one completely on the floor. This one is, let's have a quick look at it. This was Light Flirty Flamingo. So let's take this out, and I just want to do like this on these, and you can see I'm not, I know that a lot of you have said I don't like colouring. This, you don't have to be a colourist at all. You literally can just colour it through, and you can see I'm not even worrying about going up to the edges at all on this. I'm just going to do a couple of them, I think, to just show you. And you can see this one, I haven't done it very well at all, but that's fine. So you do one, and it's quite good because I've already cut it out. So I've done two, and then I've got this, I think should be the dark. Is that the Dark Flirty Flamingo? Yes, it is. So you've got darks and you've got lights. Now I'm literally just taking this up in on here, like this, and I'm literally just sort of going in from the center like that. Okay, and then that gives you the look. Now if you wanted to, you could just take it round in on the top of these, just very carefully. So this is where you start taking it up a little bit to the next level. So I'll just do this on one, just round on there, take it up just round on the edge, quite gently, like that. This one. And then you can take your pail again and go back over the top, and by taking the pail it just blends it through. Because it's the alcohol that just blends it. Okay, so I've just done two on there to just show you. So I would then put this on here, and then I would start building up these flowers. So I would take this one in on here like that, and can you see how it's starting to build up? So if I just take these ones, and all I'm doing is sort of fairly randomly just putting them in, just so that they fill up the spaces. And then we can have maybe another one in down like that. So you're building up a complete shape. Now you can do them completely flat if you want to, or you can take them up. It's entirely up to you. But just build up that colour in there. If you didn't want to even colour it, you could just keep it, which looks quite nice actually. Very fresh for springtime. You could take it just like this. Now I've automatically just done it into like a wreath like that. So take it up like that, which I think is quite pretty. And then you can take, this one's a great one for doing it. You've got Hello Friend in there. So what you can do is you can stamp that out, and you can just fussy cut it round in onto the shape and just put that straight across the top. Or you could put it in on a banner. So stamp it on a, you know, a little piece like, let me see if I've got one. I'm probably got one. Here we go. A little piece like that. Stamp it in on there, and you can put that straight across and just add that up. So colour it, not colour it. I actually quite like it like that. I think that looks really spring-like. Or you can colour it in whatever colour you want. So I hope that's given you an idea. We used the Friendly Hello stamp set, which was a celebration one from a few years ago. And we used ink colours, we used old olive, and we used certain celery. And for the colouring of the centre of the daisies, it was dark Daffodil Delight. And for the flowers that we were doing, it was light and dark Flirty Flamingo. So I hope you enjoyed that. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.